Hello, I'm Tom from Tom's Honest Tips, all by myself. I'm just kidding. Today's topic, 1440p gaming monitors, more specifically 3 gaming monitors which I think you should get. I mean, get one of these monitors but not all of them, unless you want all of them. Anyway, I won't waste your time. Let's jump straight into number 1. For number 1, we have the LG 27-inch UltraGear QHD, currently priced at $335. This is a 27-inch monitor, I think that's obvious in the name. The UltraGear has an aspect ratio of 16:9 and, with that, a maximum screen resolution of 2560 by 1440 or 1440p. The UltraGear also has a maximum refresh rate of 240Hz with a very low 1 millisecond response time. Can it get any better than that? Well, yeah, apparently, because you have a color space as much as 95% DCI-P3 for excellent color accuracy along with NVIDIA G-Sync and AMD FreeSync premium capability for a very smooth and tear-free experience. The UltraGear is also advertised to have VESA display HDR 400, which makes sense. The UltraGear has a peak brightness of 500 nits, which definitely makes the UltraGear HDR capable. You can also adjust the height and orientation if you want to, or you can mount it to a wall. Now let's talk about ports. It has one USB 3.2 Type-B port, 2 USB 3.2 Type-A ports, 2 HDMI 2.1 ports, 1 DisplayPort 1.4 port, and 1 3.5mm audio jack, which is also a 4-pole port, which also functions as a microphone port if your headset has a microphone. Overall, the monitor is an alright monitor. Moving on to the second monitor, we have the MSI MAG 271QPX, currently priced at $599.99. Now this is another 27-inch monitor, this time from MSI. This is a very different monitor from the LG UltraGear, and that's thanks to its display. Is it an IPS display? No, it's a qd-oled display, which means blacks are really black and highlights are really bright. Now that's also thanks to the MSI MAG's peak brightness of 1000 nits. Compare that to the usual IPS or TN or VA panels where blacks usually aren't really that deep and aren't at all true black. This monitor achieves true blacks thanks to Display HDR 400 True Black. Of course, this monitor wouldn't really be in the list if it weren't 1440p, so yes, this monitor does have 1440p as its maximum screen resolution, displaying a maximum refresh rate of 240Hz with a minimum response time of 0.03 milliseconds. That is incredible. Apart from that, this monitor has a color space of 99.1% DCI-P3. You can also adjust orientation and height, or if you prefer mounting it to a wall, you can do that as well. Now when it comes to ports, the MSI MAG has one USB 3.2 Type-C port, 2 HDMI 2.1 ports, 2 DisplayPort 1.4 ports, and 1 3.5mm port, which unfortunately isn't as cool as the 4-pole 3.5mm jack on the LG UltraGear, but it's fine. Finally, we have the Asus ROG Swift OLED 27-inch 1440p gaming monitor. What a name! Now this one is currently priced at $999.99. This is again a 27-inch monitor, this time from Asus ROG. Now this is definitely a gaming monitor. Now compared to the MSI MAG, this monitor only uses a OLED panel. That's OLED with a W. Now truth be told, the differences between qd-oled and OLED are very negligible to the average Joe or Jane. Now obviously this monitor has what all other monitors in this list have, 2560 by 1440 as a maximum screen resolution. Now, the Asus ROG Swift also has a minimum response time of 0.03 milliseconds and an input lag of 1.7 milliseconds. This monitor has a maximum refresh rate of 480 Hz. You heard that right. 480 Hz. How freaking cool is that? Now, I don't want to hype it too much because we have more features to talk about, like the 99% DCI-P3 color gamut, exclusive low motion blur courtesy of Asus which reduces ghosting and motion blur, NVIDIA G-Sync, AMD FreeSync Premium, Adaptive Sync, and so much more. Just like the previous monitors, you can adjust height and orientation, or you can mount it to a wall for an instantly premium-er look. Now, when it comes to ports, we have one USB 3.2 Type-B port, two USB 3.2 Type-A ports, two HDMI 2.1 ports, one DisplayPort 1.4 port, and one 3.5mm jack. Anyway, if one of these monitors catches your fancy, why don't you scan the QR codes on screen right now, brought to you by our video editor. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you all next time.